Hi guys, an update on a waffle video, works in progress. Kit's bought, in general, as we like to call it, blathering. First of all, this is going out to Aaron. I wish you all the best, Aaron. Clots on lungs aren't a nice thing, but I'm sure the medicines that they've given you will help, and you sound in your videos like you've got the, sorry about the sirens, you've got the mental attitude now to crack on and lose that weight that you need to lose. It's one of them things that's easier said than done, but with the right mindset anything's achievable. So good luck to you, Aaron, and I'm sure it will all be okay, mate. I see it a lot in my work, and a lot of people get on, do what they need to do and make a full recovery, and I'm sure you'll be no exception. So that said, it's been a quiet week, a lot of work. I've hit the modelling stupid. I used to look at people on the forum and on internet and on YouTube and think, how can they do more models than one at a time? But I've just gone stupid. I'm at present working on 4 models. Alright, one of them's, or 2 of them are nearly finished. I'll go through them in a minute, but I can't walk past my stash now. I'm going stupid, absolutely stupid. I'm on YouTube, I'm on eBay every day, bidding for models, and all it'll take is to watching a video, somebody mention a tank, or see on YouTube somebody's done a good job of a tank or an APC, and it's I want. I've never been like this about anything else. I've managed to, well, I thought I was doing well up until a couple of days ago when they started mentioning the ISM group build. I'm already taking place in the World of Tanks group build, and now the next one's going to be a Cold War group build, and straight away I thought about the Berlin Armoured Squadron. I've got a bit of a history with that. When I first joined the regiment, I was supposed to go to C Squadron in Berlin, and for whatever reason that fell through. I can't even remember why. It just all changed at the last minute, and I ended up going to D Squadron in Munster. So I've never actually served on the Berlin Chieftains, but I've got a slight affiliation with that, and I'm hoping to get some of my ex-comrades, shall we say, to get me some pictures. I don't know whether to do it parade version or exercise version, but that's the one I'm going to do because I think the paint scheme's going to push me. And as I was saying before, the money, the buying, I've just ordered from Accurate Armour, I think it's the Mark 9 conversion kit for the Tamiya. Which has cost me quite a lot of money. I think it was about £60, something like that. But if you're going to do it, you've got to do it properly, haven't you? And if I do a good job of it, that's going to be as Cohen says, a coffee table one. So yeah, all it takes is a trip to ISM or YouTube, and then I'm on eBay. I've just purchased, still not arrived, a resin and white metal kit ferret scout car, the Mark 1, and the reason I went for that is because I was Sergeant Major's driver. I drove that for 12 months when I was in Germany, so I've got an affiliation with that, and I'm looking forward. I'm not sure whether the kit, again, until I see it, I don't know, it was just a whim. Anything else coming? What else have I bought? Paints, glues, blah blah blah, usual blah blah blah, and I love it, love it, love it. Right, so moving on, let's go to works in progress. I'll deal with the one that's almost finished, Mr. Centurion, AFV kit, and it's been quite a good kit to do actually. This is, I've put the base coat down, the green, and I've done the details today, the sights and the tools and the fire extinguishers. So I've still undecided on whether I want to go mental with the weathering on this. I'll keep it as a tank park model, but basically with this now, all I'm going to do tomorrow is it's going to get a clear coat. I'm going to do the decals, and then we'll get on to the washes. I've got some AK interactive washes that I'm going to use. Nothing special. The reason I'm building this was because when I first started modelling, I saw Hamilcar Barkas do this, not this actual tank, but the AFV Club Centurion, and I bought this kit with the means of using his video as a reference to take me through it. And as you've seen in my previous videos, this took a sideline, and I started on the Chieftain and I did the Challenger. So this is the first vehicle that I've done that I've not really got any great knowledge about. Obviously I've read up on it and the history of it, and that's the other thing that I'm loving now, is doing the research, actually doing the history, and the guys who do the World War II armour. I started reading up on Kursk, and it's just unbelievable. I started reading a book again on the forum. Somebody mentioned, I think it was Cohen, mentioned the Last Citadel. So straight away I'm onto Kindle, and I've bought a copy of that, and I've started reading it, and it's absolutely fantastic. I haven't read that much of it so far, but the Russian guys and the tank and some of the stuff that they're coming out with, I could relate to. Like I think one chapter he touches it, and he's got an affinity with his tank, and I can really relate to that, because I can remember my tanks in the past. You know, we always call them she. I can remember patting my tank before I got in it on exercise, just lying on her. You do. She's part of you, and there's 4 guys in there, and you're 4 guys together, and you go through it. So yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, clear coat, weathering, decision on the diorama, but I think this is probably just going to be I'm going to have to crack on. That's 8 minutes. This may be just a tank park build, just pulled out the hangers, sitting on the tank park. So that one's done. The next one is the World of Tanks group build, and this is the mighty Tortoise. She is finished. Today I seen Cohen, I seen the other guys ripping bits off. I've dropped lucky, I think, because if you see the track links on this side are in that formation. What I did notice on the Tortoise and the World of Tanks, the opposite side actually mirrors it. Now I'll take you around. It does mirror it now, but you'll see the filler behind where they were originally. So I've had to fill them, cut the backs off these links, and line these up by eye. So it should be okay. Now I keep looking at the pictures, and I think I'm alright. I'll make a confession, and I can throw it out to the forum. If I tilt that forward, just beyond here you will see a raised square area. Now I would imagine that's going to be an access hatch or something. I still haven't been able to find out. However, I can't find that on the World of Tanks game. Now, my skills as a modeller, I don't think are going to allow me to be able to remove that. I don't think you can see it. Well, you can see it, but it's not completely obvious. So I shall throw it up to the forum as to whether I'll be allowed to keep that on there. It is a big model, just to show you how big that model is. If I put it to one side here, one of my other works in progress is I didn't actually buy this. This was a present from a friend when he heard I was getting into modelling. Baz, thank you Baz, if you're watching. This is the SAS 135th SAS Land Rover, and that just gives you an idea of how big this beast was, although it never actually went into combat. Its size was its downfall in the end, because it was just too much grief to transport around Europe and the roads and stuff like that, and so hence there's only one, I believe there's only one running it in the world, and that's at Bovington Tank Museum, where they got all the data for this model. I believe there's one up in Scotland that's on a firing range that ain't going anywhere. So yeah, there's the tortoise, ready to be primed and then painted. The cam scheme's quite interesting on that one. And the Land Rover, that's got two figures in it, which is why I've started it, because all the talk, I'm not going to take part in the group build for the figures. Like I said initially, when I first started this, excuse me, I haven't got the artistic flair. My hands aren't steady enough, and so I want to build up my confidence with a couple of SAS guys sat in the Land Rover, which I can get away with. Again, there's no rush with that project. That's just a slow burner, shall we say. The other day I succumbed. The last video I mentioned, the T90 had been saying build me, build me, build me, and I couldn't ignore it anymore, so I made a start on it. And she's there, and I absolutely love this kit. I love this. Look at that suspension, fully working suspension, and the kit is absolutely beautiful. You've got to get this kit. You have to buy this kit if you're an airplane guy and you want to experience armour. Get this kit because it's beautiful. It just goes together so well, and the detail is phenomenal. Inside I've got a few bits here that are still needing to be put together, but we've got an engine compartment there. There's the engine tank, that's not fitted in yet, but I made a start on the engine, and you can see the detail. And these are the cylinder blocks and cylinder heads. I think that's about there. I think so. It's going to go on there, and that's going to go on there, the other way around. And there's quite a few bits to go on, but that's the engine, and that's going to go into the back decks. Like I showed you before, this suspension's fully workable, fully torsion barred suspension, and so I'm contemplating when I mount this to put some ballast in there, so it's working against the suspension all the time, and maybe have, you know, something on the diorama that gives the effect. I mean, you can see it there, it's actually following the contours of my finger. Amazing, amazing. Get this kit. Right, so that's all the works in progress. We'll just shift them over there, and let's go to the buying. Right, another group build that's been talked about was Hamilka and Storm are talking about the ASU 85. So I was tempted by it, and I went onto eBay and I bought an ASU 85. But being the knob that I am, not reading properly, I bought the 1956 version, and the group build is going to be a 1970 version. So eBay being what it is, I immediately rectified my mistake and I bought this kit. I've had a quick look. It looks a fantastic kit. Amelka's done a cracking in-box review of it. Whether I do join the group build or not, I'm not sure, because like I said, the Eastern Bloc one's coming up. I've got the World of Tank ones in progress. I've got my Team 90, that's not a group build. So, but saying that, from what I've read on Amelka's channel, there isn't going to be that much of a time frame with it, and we can take our time. So maybe. And after quite a long wait, this baby has arrived, and she is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous and absolutely huge. There's a comparison with the boxes of the ASU. There's a lot of stuff. Norm's done another good box review, so I've got to pull it back just to see it. But that is sexy, boys and girls. That is sexy. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Love it. When I'm going to be able to start that, him upstairs only knows. And finally, took a trip to a model zone the other week. God rest her cotton socks, and succumbed to the airplanes. I don't know how good this kit is. I just know it's 3 planes. That's the baby I love. Whether I've got the skill for it, I don't know, but we shall see. It's going to sit there a while. I'll be honest, with planes, the thing that scares the life out of me is cockpits. Cockpits, cockpits, cockpits. I don't care about anything else. I think I could paint wings, I could paint fuselages, I can fill cracks, but when I see what you guys do with cockpits and them little dials and all that intricate detail, I just bottle it totally. So maybe in a few months I'll pluck up the courage and have a go, and I mean, at least I can build up. I mean, what have I got in here? I've got a Supermarine Spitfire, a Hawker Hurricane, and the old Avro Lancaster. So again, they're 3 quality planes, so I'd want to do them justice. So I'm gonna wait until I've got the appropriate skill level, I think, to attempt them. But yeah, the dark side, I'm going there. That's about it. I didn't post. I mean, Aaron posted the question about modelling, and I didn't post a reply to that because I don't think I've been doing it long enough. And some of my reasons for starting modelling, I went into when I did an intro into me, and sometimes when I talk about that, I get a bit, you know, it brings up stuff that I'd rather not talk about. But I think modelling for me is a place I go to that takes me away from work. 'Cause sometimes you can have bad days, and you can have, you know, and you come back and you want to kick the cat. So what I tend to do now is grab a model and do a set of road wheels. As mundane as road wheels can be, I'll do them, and it chills me out, and I can, as I'm concentrating on it, I can think about the things, the problems, and just work them out for what they are. So it gives me that little area